Hey guys, this is Albie here, and today we are going to be my first ever IRL ranking video, whatever you'd like to call it. It's going to be if the NBA had a redraft. So, say Adam Silver, he was like, he don't like the way things are going, too many bad teams, too many good teams, just too much separation. Just like, you know what? No, we can't have this. There can't be teams with, they can't be, he doesn't want more super teams. We see that super teams aren't in the meta anymore. We know that there needs to be difference, and honestly, sometimes change is good. So, let's just say the NBA had a redraft. So, first of all, I would like to say this is my first IRL video. So, sorry for bad audio. Sorry for anything that I didn't do right. This is my first ranking video, and I think it's fun, so I hope to do more of this. So please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Say your thoughts. Say if I missed anyone. Say if you think someone should have been higher. Say if Say if I should just make it a part two. Say if I had an amazing list. I don't know. Say if you really like this style of content. Say if you don't really like style of content. Say if I should just stick to video game clips. Anyways, let's get into it. So. Couple rules. Number one, 2022 draftees not included. Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, they're not going to be in this. I mean, if it was realistic, they would, which is not realistic. This is all for fun, purely for fun. I think you guys will notice that. So, there's no Jaden Ivey, any of those guys. Another rule is, it's not really a rule, it's more like something you guys should take into account. If the NBA was having a redraft, well, would you think... So I might have guys like Kevin Durant, Curry, or LeBron lower than some younger guys, and that is because if the NBA had a real redraft, a guy like LeBron James would not go 2 or 3 because of his age. If the NBA was completely starting over, franchises wouldn't just be looking for the best players; they'd look for players that could take them the farthest in the future. Like, obviously, LeBron's going to go in the first round. I'll tell you guys not that right now. Even though I haven't completely made a list, I'm almost positive that he's going to be probably top 15. Because, by the way, I'm coming with this all up on the fly. I don't have a script or anything. I don't have a list of the players that we taken. I'm kind of just making this all up. So there is room for me. There's probably going to be a couple mistakes. But, yeah, like, a guy like LeBron is not going to go above a guy like John Morant. Because, I mean, he could. I don't know. I'm making this up all on the fly. But... I doubt it. I'm probably not going to let that happen because a team wouldn't run LeBron over a young guy with more promise. Anyway, let's get into the video. Let's start with the first pick. Oh, I actually forgot to mention something. I think this is fun for me, so I decided to hold a little like goal. If this gets 200 likes, I will create a part 2, a round 2, and I will keep the same teams. I will keep the same players on the same teams as well. So, like, I won't be a complete redraft, like, on just different teams. It'll be like the same team, just adding another player. So that's about it. I mean, let's get into it. By the way, this list I made is completely wheel generated. I put a wheel of NBA teams, and then I just, I did this. I made this wheel. So, yeah, let's get into it. Number 1, Timberwolves, Minnesota. They got lucky with the first overall pick, and I think personally that there's no doubt in my mind that if an NBA team was restarting, the first guy they'd want to have on their team is Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, sorry for the click noise, there's not much I can do, but Giannis is such a beast. He can do everything. He's shown that with the right pieces around him, he can win a championship. He's won MVPs. There's nothing he can't do. He's probably the best basketball player in the entire world right now, given the fact that, I mean, he's young. He's not like LeBron, where he is a top player in the world, but he's old. By the way, if you guys didn't already know, this is not all time. But, so, yeah. They would go Giannis. I think that would be easily the play. Because he's just a guy that, he can do everything. Number 2, Trailblazers, Portland. I think, personally, you could go a lot of directions here. You can go with a guy with a lot of talent, Kevin Durant. You can go with, someone that you may think will become a star in the future, like LaMelo Ball, if you really want. But personally here, I'm going to go with a person that's already a star, but he can become even better. He hasn't shown that he can make the finals yet. He's shown that he could be an amazing player, and that is Luka Doncic. I personally think that he is one of the best players in the NBA. I think everyone does. And I just think that there's nothing bad about him. He's so good at everything, and, there's really not much else to say. He's just a beast. Okay. So, third pick is where it starts getting a little chippy because here, it wouldn't, again, guy like Curry, a guy like KD, be awesome here, but, like, the aging, you might want to get a guy a little younger. And personally, right here, I think I would go with two-time MVP, even though I am a 76ers fan, and I don't like this man that much. I will say he's a beast, and he's the player any player would want. Charlotte Hornets are going to get a center they've always needed, even though they have a different roster. They can get Nikola Jokic. I think he's a great player. He can clearly lead a team, even with not good players, and if the Hornets are smart and they, put the right pieces around him, he can really do some damage, trust me. So, number 4 pick the Cavaliers, and personally here, I am going to go, this is a little tough because I'm between 3 picks here. I'm between Joel Embiid, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. I think personally, if a team was rebuilding right now, the player they'd want, even though he's a bit older, you still got a couple of years to have him. If you build the right pieces, you can win. I think a team would take Stephen Curry here. I don't think I love Embiid, I love Durant, but right now, out of all the players you can get, I think Steph Curry is the most valuable, and I just don't really see a world where you go somewhere else. Number 5 is the Pelicans, and to me, this is a pretty easy pick. I personally think that Joel Embiid would be the pick here. I think even though Embiid, he may not ever win an MVP, as sad as to say. He's an amazing player, and there's guys like Kevin Durant, John Morant. There's great players left on the board. I think the main objective of this is to get a player that you can solidify as a superstar. And right now, I think a solidified superstar he's only, 29, 30? He's got a lot of years ahead of him. And I think that he will really bloom, especially under, I hate to say it, but I feel like he could bloom under a team more fit around him, even as a Sixers fan. So I'm going to go with him. And number 6, the Nets. Honestly, I think they're going to get their guy back, Kevin Durant. I think he's going to be back as a Net and better than ever. I don't think there's much room to pass up on this. You got a guy like KD. And back in Brooklyn, personally, you could go directions. You could go Kawhi. You could go, Trae Young. You could go Tatum. You could go Ja. But personally, I wouldn't really, if I was anyone, I wouldn't really want to pass up on KD. He's a little up there in age. How can you pass up on someone so skilled? He can still lead you, and if you, get a couple young guys around him, you could teach them a thing or two. And that's for part 2, though. I don't know. Number 7, the Grizzlies. I think there's potential that they get their guy back. I think it's potential they get John Morant back. However, I don't think I'm going to go in that direction because I might do that. So I could go John Morant. Obviously, I could go if the Grizzlies really want to go in this direction, they can go with LeBron James if they really want. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I think it's either between Ja, Trae Young, Tatum. I think that's the real option. And, of course, Kawhi, but I don't think he would be in this conversation. I think Ja, Trae, and Tatum. And I'm going to take Trae out of that picture. It's either Ja or Tatum. And honestly, at this point, I think they're just going to take John Morant, the guy, back. They already attached him. If the Grizzlies really had a chance to get John Morant back, I think they'd do it in a heartbeat. Even if guys like Tatum, I don't think many teams pass up on John Morant. Yeah. You could argue that he could even go a couple spots higher. You can argue he can go to the Nets and Kevin Durant could go to the Grizzlies. However, personally, I think that Kevin Durant still has a lot to prove, and he's a very good player. And even though John Morant could be more valuable, I think you'd have higher title odds if you just got Kevin Durant. And you could still be a very good team in the future, even if you get Kevin Durant now. If you surround him with the right young pieces. Again, just because you're getting a really good player in the first round doesn't mean that, you're just gonna, after they retire, you're not gonna be good. If you can surround yourself with the right pieces, they could really, do some stuff that you can appreciate. Number 8, the Raptors. Personally, for me, this isn't really, big debate. I think there's only really one direction you could go here, and I think it's in Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum has so much promise, and especially just, recently he's been so good. I think Tatum is going to go there. Number 9, the Thunder show. A couple players that I'm thinking of that haven't been taken. Kawhi Leonard. I think really the top players here left are Kawhi Leonard and Trae Young. Sorry if I'm missing someone again. I'm making this all up on the fly. I could change this list. Honestly, I could change it. I don't really want to do that because it's kind of like a draft. You can just change it, but I could actually do that. Now that you can also go again in the younger direction. I've said that before, and I think that wouldn't be too bad, honestly. I mean, right now with Thunder. Oh, by the way, I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but let's just say all draft picks were reset to the original teams. I think the Thunder right now are in a place where a guy honestly, if we're thinking of the Thunder, Sam Presti, I think he would want a guy like LeBron James because I think he'd want his title chances, whatever. But I'm not gonna lock that in. He'd want a guy like LeBron James. There's two guys, LeBron James and Trae Young, I'll say, are the really ones that they're fighting over here. LeBron James, you can go back to getting your picks by trading a bunch of players, including LeBron. Maybe even after LeBron leaves, you just trade and blow it all up, tank. That's what they can do. Because that's Sam Presti. However, or you could get a point guard with young promise like Trae Young and return to contention. And I think right now the Thunder are on currently I think they're more on the road to contention. They're rebuilding right now, and honestly, I just think it would be a better option to just get Trae Young right now. Number 10, we got the Suns, and I think the Suns just go with Old Faithful, get their guy back, Devin Booker. I don't think there's much to say, except Devin Booker is their guy. If he's still on the board, they're 100% going to get him. And, I mean, he was an MVP candidate. I think he can be in the future. I'm not going to put it past him. And, yeah, so a couple pretty good guys are left. LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and I guess you could... I guess you could say, Jimmy Butler, Harry Irving, or a young guy like Zion, or even Ingram or something. Even if, I guess AD, but I don't think AD is not valuable anymore. So this is my top 10. We got T-Wolves going with Giannis, Trailblazers going with Luka, Hornets going with Jokic, Cavs going with Steph, Pelicans going with Embiid, Nets getting their guy KD, Grizzlies getting their guy Ja Morant, Raptors getting Tatum, Thunder getting Trae Young, and Suns getting their guy Booker. Next, we got the Kings finally getting an elite player, and I think there's no other person to get. And personally, I think right here, Kawhi Leonard is the best player left on the board. I don't think there's much to it, except he's great at everything. He's going to be so good. I'm excited to see him return. Then we got the Warriors. So right now, I don't know what direction to go. There's so many good players in the NBA. You could go LeBron, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think of good players that I could be missing right now. Dejounte Murray, I guess you could say. I guess you could say Karl-Anthony Towns. I guess you could say, again, young guys, Zion Williamson, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball. And honestly, I don't know what direction to go right here. I think a player that would be great for them to get is another guy, Darius Garland, just on the board. I think he might get picked up soon. Tyrese Maxey definitely could get picked up soon. I think Anthony Edwards is going to get picked up really soon. I am stumped here on the pick. Maybe I should have made a list before. But right now, I think I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to take LeBron. I don't want to take LeBron. I think this is tough. I bet you guys are screaming names of screen now when me to take someone. But personally, I'm just thinking of all the players in the league right now, rambling about. And I think a guy that's probably so valuable right now that a team would want. I know this might be a little different, but I think I'm going to take a first really young guy that they're hoping to bloom, and I'm going to take LaMelo Ball here. I think LaMelo Ball is a great guy to build around. He has so much promise. I think he's going to turn into an amazing player. And honestly, that's all you need. Just a guy that you can turn into an amazing player, and they can blossom. So now we got the Bucks. They don't like getting honest. They can get some back. I don't know. They can get Chris Middleton if they really want. I doubt they can get in the second round. Like, let's be honest. A guy that I could see going here is obviously Darius Garland, as I said before. Obviously, the mobile gone. Anthony Edwards, Zion Williamson. Honestly, you could go a lot of different routes here. Again, I think you can, but right now, personally, I think you're going to take the best guy on the board, and I think you're going to take LeBron James. I mean, honestly, man, LeBron, he's so, even though he's old, he's got like 2 years left in him. I think he's just a guy that you don't want to pass up on. And honestly, I hope he does well on his new team because I think that's the route they're going to be going. I think it's long enough, and there's at one point where you're just going to be like, you know what, even though he's old, like, he's so good, he can lose the championship now. Maybe the Bucks will win the championship next season. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Alright, so let's move on to the Wizards. Personally, the Wizards could get, I'm thinking, and I think a perfect guy for them, honestly, I feel like a guy, I don't know. I just feel like a guy that could go to Carl Anthony Towns. I don't know why. I'm just having a feeling that Cat should go soon. Because honestly, he's a great player. And he's got some promise, But I think actually right here, Anthony Edwards has a higher chance. But I don't think, should Anthony Edwards go Cat? That is something that's debatable. I don't think you should. I think a guy like Zion maybe should go. However, teams are concerned about Zion, but honestly, at one point, you gotta be like, Zion Williamson still on the board, gotta take him. They're going to go with Zion Williamson with a 14th pick in the draft. You could argue they should have gone above LaMelo Ball. You could argue that, and all I'm saying, maybe you should have, maybe you shouldn't have. I don't know. I think teams at this point would have to go LaMelo Ball than Zion Williamson. Now, is that just me? It might be. There's a lot of still really good talent left on the board, believe it or not. There's guys like Kyrie, there's guys like Dame, and there's guys that I almost completely forgot about, but I didn't because I was expecting him to go top 15. But he just missed out on lottery, I guess you could call it. But I think a guy that would definitely be going by now is Jimmy Buckets. He's so underrated, and I think maybe should have gone a little sooner. Maybe should have gone over LeBron, but I don't know. Jimmy Butler, honestly, last year, besides the playoffs, he didn't have an amazing season. I hate to say it, but he really didn't. So, yeah. So, now I'm going to the 16th pick. Orlando finally getting a better player than, like, Gary Harris and Wendell Carter. I think, right now, Orlando is just going to go with all this. They're just going to go for a guy that they think is going to put up numbers for them. I think they're just going to go for the guy. They're like, this is our guy. I believe in him. We believe in him. You believe in him. We all believe in him because we know that he can do it with good pieces around him. And I think even though he's just getting up there, he's still an elite player. I think they're going with Damian Lillard. No, because got Miami. I know they were hoping to get their boy Jimmy Buckets back. But in life, you don't always get what you want. So, right now, they're probably thinking about some young talent, definitely. Like, there's still a lot of young talent left on the board. There's Anthony Edwards. There's just a lot of young guys. Scotty Barnes, if you really want to go that route. Cade Cunningham is still on the board. And the more I think about that, the more I realize I think Cade Cunningham definitely should go. Cade Cunningham. Honestly, I kind of forgot he should have gone earlier. It's completely my bad. I think he should have gone over LaMelo Ball. Actually, no. That's debatable. Maybe he should have gone under the Magic, but honestly, I think this spot isn't too bad for him. See, next we got Lakers. Lake Show is a mess right now, and I think, personally, they're going to get a guy that they honestly could get in real life. Even though you can question does he really want to play? Is he really serious? Should we have him? Is he not good for the locker room? Whatever. It doesn't matter. He's an elite player, and when he's producing highly, he's producing very highly as Kyrie Irving. I just think he's still a beast, and there's nothing you can say to, combat that. Now, teaming on the Pistons, they're definitely hoping to get their guy Cade back, but I think maybe they could get another former first-round pick. That's right. I'm going to have them taking Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, I think, can be so good, and I just He's perfect for him. So Sixers. As much as I was Sixers fan, I want to get Maxey. There are better options on the board right now. There's some guy like Darius Garland I would love. Guy like I know there's so many good players in the league. There's so many good players. DeJounte Murray wouldn't be horrible. Pascal Siakam is horrible. Scotty Barnes isn't horrible. There's just a lot of good talent. Jalen Green maybe should be going soon. Wink, wink, wink. I don't know. He probably should be going soon. Then we got, who was the third overall pick last year? Why am I blanking so badly? It was, I don't know. I actually completely forget. I'm pretty sure it was Jalen Suggs. Was it Jalen Suggs? No, it wasn't Jalen Suggs. This was like the fifth pick. I kind of forget who the third overall pick was. Who was the third overall pick last year? I feel like he didn't do too bad or whatever. I have no idea. He probably did good. Oh, it's Josh Giddey. Yeah. No, he was the sixth. I'm honest, right now, I kind of forget. But, my bad. Anyways. Oh, it was Evan Mobley. I think he definitely could be going very soon. But I think Evan Mobley's teammate could be going. I think it's Darius Garland. She's a beast. And honestly, I think Darius Garland should go maybe even sooner. I don't know. 21. We got the Celtics. I think they can go with the guy Jalen Brown back. But are they going to do that? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think Chris Paul's going to go in the first round. I was just thinking about him. But I think a guy that could go in the first round is definitely Anthony Davis. Could go a little later. Or maybe a guy like De'Aaron Fox. I don't know. There's a lot of good options. However, the guy I'm going to be taking right here, I'm thinking about it a little more, and I think personally that this pick, I was gonna say it's not gonna work. I was gonna say Anthony Davis, but more thinking about it, I shouldn't. I should go with Karl-Anthony Towns because he's still on the board, and I completely forgot about him. All right, Karl-Anthony Towns, you got him a steal at 21. That's about it. 22 Nuggets. I think there's, again, room for them to get the guy back, Jamal Murray. Or I don't think they're going to do that. Instead, I think they're going to be going with a guy by the name of, I think they're going to go two younger point guards, either DeJounte Murray or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Or they could go completely different. You can go with Paul George. That's definitely an option, but I don't think he's going to go. They could also go Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert. And the more I think about that, the more I'm not liking that. Because there's a player on the board still that I think has a lot of promise and hasn't been picked yet. I don't know. I think he definitely should have been picked already. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about right now. I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm just going to go with a great player that I think can blossom a little more. And I'm going to go with... No, I shouldn't do that. I was going to go with Evan Mobley. That would be pretty stupid, right? I'm just going to go with Donovan Mitchell. Oh, I'm just going to go with Old Faithful Donovan Mitchell. Why? Why not? 23 Rockets, I think they can pretty easily get their guy back, Jalen Green. I don't think there's much to say about that. Knicks. Actually, I probably should say why they're getting Jalen Green back. Already attached to me. There's a lot of potential, and I think they like his potential because, I don't know, they're the Rockets. Why wouldn't they pick him second if they don't like his potential? They like his potential. I'm telling you right now that they like his potential. Next, could go DeJounte Murray, or you could go Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think they're some of the best players left on the board. Or James Harden. You could go James Harden or Tyrese Maxey. That's definitely not. Or Klay Thompson. I don't know. There's a lot of good players left. However, a guy, I'm going to be honest, I haven't been taking him, but I feel like it's time to take him because, even though, you could question whatever, he's still a good player. I might go with Anthony Davis, and I think, did I do Damian Lillard too? I might have. I'm going to be honest, I think I might have. I could also go Paul George. I could go with him, even though I don't think I should do that. Or a guy that I think has, right now, personally, I think a team, if they had your same situation, they would go with a little bit of a younger guy because, why not? And I think they might, just maybe, I don't know, Personally, if I was in this position, I would probably take like Evan Mobley. However, if I was an NBA team, would I also do that? And the answer would probably be no. And I'm just gonna go with my gut, and I'm just gonna take Anthony Davis. Sorry if you guys hate that, but that's what I said I was gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna do. 25th man, John T. Murray and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander still on the board. They shouldn't be a thing. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should be picked right here. And then next pick, I think DeJounte Murray should be picked. Alright, so 27, the Bulls. Personally, I think that they're going to get their guy back that they love so dearly. I'm going to get Zach LaVine. I think right now, if the Bulls had a chance, they would take him back because they love him. I know. He's a great player left on the board. I kind of want to wrap this video up because I'm going to be honest, it's going pretty long. Yeah, it's pretty late. It's been going pretty long. I'm just going to wrap this up really quickly. 28 Hawks. This one's a little tough. I don't know what to pick. Maybe Rudy Gobert. Maybe Paul George. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just a kid. I'm just going to take Evan Mobley. I feel like he should have gone earlier. Then we got 29, the Jazz. I'm just going to take Scotty Barnes. I don't know why, just why not. And then 30 Clippers. I'm not actually explaining this guy much. Evan Mobley is a great player, a lot of promise. I think he could even go earlier. Same thing as Scotty Barnes. However, I mean, there's a lot of great players left. Anyways, 30th pick, last pick in the draft. I'm going to be having the Los Angeles Clippers take a player that, I don't know, he might honestly go to. I don't know what you guys think about this player. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this player, because I am going to be going with my gut and taking. No, I'm not. I was going to take Paul George, but I don't think I should do that. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think Paul George is right. I think I might take James Harden right here. And you know what? Yeah, I am. I'm taking James Harden. Final, lock it in. No, I'm not. I'm joking. No, that was embarrassing. I don't know who to pick right here. I have no idea who to pick right here. So I could take a young guy. There's promise. I could take a random guy. I have no idea what to take right here. I think I'm just going to take a player that has, promise. I'm going to go the route of that promise. And I don't know what to take. I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea who I should take right here. I think if teams are in this position, they wouldn't know what to take either because a lot of good players. However, I think... and you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take Paul George. I've been thinking about this, and I think I should. Oh, Rudy Gobert is still on the board, too. You can go to the second round. Paul George, that's it. Remember, 200 likes for the redraft part 2, round 2. Tell me what you thought about this, and see you guys in the next video.